More jobs, that's the mantra for the looming federal election. Yesterday, the Prime Minister pledged to create 1.25 million jobs by 2024. Stephen Long takes a look at whether that will make a difference.
Over the last 5 years, we've delivered more than 1 million jobs, Mr Speaker.
The million jobs number has been reached, and it's been reached early.
So today I'm making a new jobs pledge from me to the Australian people to see 1.25 million new jobs created over the next 5 years.
Jobs and more jobs, the pre-election sell. But is 1 million new jobs in 5 years, even 1.25 million, really such a big deal?
The numbers do sound impressive, but they've got to be looked at simultaneously with what's actually happened to the population over that period of time. And in the last 5 years, the population has lifted by 1.7 million people.
The fastest rate of population growth since the 1960s. As the population swells, economist Gareth Aird reckons Australia needs to create more than 1 million new jobs every 5 years, just to keep standing still.
But at a rough rule of thumb, you're probably looking at around 230,000 jobs a year, given current rates of population growth, to keep an unemployment rate flat.
This 1 million jobs has really just soaked up the increase in population.
Matt Grudnoff is co-author of a new report by the Centre for Future Work, which shows 1 million jobs ain't what it used to be. The last 5 years was the 10th time that Australia has added 1 million jobs or more in a 5-year period. The first time more than 30 years ago in the 1980s.
That achievement was a lot better because Australia was a lot smaller. So 1 million as a share of Australia's population was far more significant, and that's why the unemployment rate dropped like a stone. Now we're talking about 1 million versus very strong population growth and a much bigger population. So it's nowhere near as impressive as the kind of jobs growth that we had back in the 80s.
An increase of 1 million jobs over 5 years in the 1980s was a large increase. Today, it's just the labour market treading water.
And in the sweep of history, the rate of jobs growth in recent years has been relatively weak.
In fact, it's the lowest growth rate for any 5-year period that doesn't include a recession or a financial crisis in the last 60 years.
Then there's the quality of jobs. The unemployment rate's fallen to 5%, pretty low by the standards of recent times, but there's a lot of workers in casual jobs who want more hours. Add in the underutilised workers and you're talking more than 13% of the labour market that's either unemployed or underemployed, which might explain why wages growth has been stubbornly stagnant, despite the claims of a jobs boom.